from the 718, JD Sports.
What's up, everybody? It's Joe LaPuma. This is the JD Sports Podcast, the last episode of 2025. What a good one we have tonight. Some real Houston spitters. We have legendary Slim Thug and, of course, Les. How you doing, man?
Good, man. How you doing, bro?
What's up, boss? How you doing?
Thank you guys for being here.
Appreciate you having us, man.
I want to start off with, what do you think Houston does better in sneaker culture than any other city?
I say Jordans.
Okay.
Nah, facts. Yeah, Houston is a Jordan city, 1,000%.
It's legendary. The stories of waiting outside the malls of Houston for the Jordan releases. It's been on ABC News to worldwide memes, everything, man.
It's memes that y'all probably see that y'all don't realize actually is happening in Houston. That's
right?
Like worldwide.
The Get
memes.
Money Boys.
Yeah, Get Money Boys. Greensport Mall.
Exactly.
So it's funny because the Get Money Boys clip always surfaces when like Concord 11s are like getting announced or like there's rumors, but like that always goes on the blogs. But Jordan's in this city really has some fanfare and some memeable pop culture moments. Do you guys remember that like happening?
The whole thing, I remember it like it was yesterday. Like it's like always been like that. Like in Houston, when those Jordans come out, it was always a big deal from when I can remember.
Yeah,
since I've been a child, it always been a big deal. So that's just Houston culture all the way to the T.
Yeah, you see all the lines. I remember the Space Jams. It was a line
right
all the way out the Galleria, like the longest line I've ever seen, bro. It's crazy.
Did you ever wait in line?
I wasn't Slim Thug. I was in the lines.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like what releases do you remember waiting in line for?
Space Jam was the first time I was like on some rapper stuff and I was with the right people, so I got to skip. But the Concords I had to wait for, Black and White 12s. I for sure remember staying in line for those and getting disappointed and having to go somewhere else and get disappointed again and just losing.
Slim, correct me if I'm wrong, but there was violence in the city over the cool gray 11s. Like, is that true? I remember you telling a story.
Like real life with the cool grays, you kind of like got to be tough to have those. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You got to be somebody to get those, to walk around in those type of shoes in Houston at that time, man.
I forgot about that.
It was real, man. It was really real. Like even some people may have lost their lives
somebody died behind those shoes,
man.
Sure.
So that's something that Houston take very, very, serious. You know what I'm saying? It's more like drugs. You got to keep a plug. You got to keep a good plug on them, or you out of there. It ain't no way you gonna get, what you want unless you know somebody. You know what I'm saying?
This was straight consumption. Like I don't even think this had anything to do with reselling or anything like that. That was just people wanting their shoes.
Yeah.
And you say like you had to be tough, but a 21-year-old Slim Thug in front of a 1975 Cadillac Eldorado.
Look at what
Cool grade up, man.
Cool grade up. That's the original. Hey, come on, man. You gonna get no better than that.
He keep the receipts.
Exactly.
That's a perfect Throwback Thursday right there.
Do you remember how you got those? Like, were you plugged up by then?
Man, I ain't missed nothing, bro.
Okay.
When I got my bread right, like I say, it was like very important. You had to know somebody, and I needed them all. Like right now, to this day, I probably got everything that's coming out. You know what I'm saying? From the Gammas to everything. Like I got all that. Yeah. I had it in my closet, like the shoe store.
You had it in order, didn't you?
I had it all in order, yeah, but my house got flooded out one year, so it messed up my closet. But yeah, I still got it all still in order in my garage.
Okay, so you moved the shoes to the garage.
It's not I don't have my cars in the garage. It's like I got TVs and a whole Jordan autographed jersey. I got a few LeBrons in there, you know what I'm saying? So
another thing I want to talk about that I feel like you perfected the luxury cars and like the sneaker kind of posts before Instagram, like the photos. Was it like a cognizant thing, like Rolls Royce with some dope sneakers and, like I said, the cool gray 11s with the Cadillacs? Or
yeah, it wasn't so much thought out. It's just Jordans, cars, and screw tapes. It's like it's like #1 Houston culture, and it always been like that since I was a kid. I clearly remember when my brothers coming home with them, and it like damaged me as a child by them not bringing me none.
How many brothers had the Carmine 6s besides you?
Yeah, I got 3 brothers and I got 3 sisters. Okay. All my brothers came home. They all had them. I'm just like, oh, they got me some. They got me some J's. It's going down. No, sir. None.
And then ever since then, you got bit by.
That's
like,
when I
I'm
started
not missing.
my own crew and became the boss himself. That's what I had to. I realized right there, hey man, I ain't no love out here in these streets. I got to start my own crew.
Okay, so when you got money, did you get them shoes or?
Definitely did get them. I bought every color. It was whenever they asked me for any kind of plug on them. No.
Oh, good. So you were a little petty about
I'm
it.
still hurt by that. That was like
Okay.
traumatized. I need to talk to a therapist about that one.
And Les, we talked about you waiting in line, but do you remember like when you first got bit by the sneaker bug?
Man, it was just, I'm a little younger than him, so I got to see, he's like the one that kind of opened the door to us down here, like on the BAPE. Because he's running with Pharrell and he's running with Nego.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there was a club called M-Bar. And I was too young to get in there, but it was like the lit club where all these fools would be. And we would see him coming out with like 10 chicks and big old chain and the Bays and Apes on and all that. We was like, oh shit, he got the Bapes. Because, you know, nobody had the shit at the time. So that made me get the bug to start looking at the Japanese culture and then the Bape stuff and then Fragment and just getting deep into that stuff. So he influenced a lot of people.
When you linked up with Pharrell, I think it was 2004. And what I love about that is you started getting the ice creams early. Like
early.
you very early. And
I didn't
again,
even know what I was doing. Like
Really?
I'm looking for Pharrell. Yeah, exactly. Like
the Rolls
Pharrell.
Royce with the original ice creams, not even the board flips that we're gonna get to, but
the
these
real ones. Yeah.
Yes,
Exactly, right. So that's what I'm saying. Like I get with Pharrell. We go to Tokyo, man.
Okay.
Changed my life, bro. Like in a lot of ways. Like you gotta imagine, I'm Houston, I'm, Jordan, that's all I'm thinking, J's and stuff. So now I'm with Pharrell and he's showing me a whole nother world in this sneaker world with the, like you say, ice creams and now the Bapes. We got a grand lesson in branding. I'm talking about I went to Nego restaurant, it had the gorilla tabletop, spoon, bowl. Then we went to the store and he got the shoes going through like a train, man. It just was on a whole nother level. I'm going to Tokyo thinking that America's the coolest place on earth. He took us to his house, man. And the things I seen, like just in drip, like from diamonds to, art, Campbell soup on the wall, a snapper toolbox full of jewelry. I seen so much, man, on that trip. It just really changed my life, man. He had the diamond engraved Rolls Royce Phantom.
Spirit of Ecstasy.
Yeah, Spirit of Ecstasy. I had to go get a Phantom after I seen his, man. I didn't never know that Tokyo was so cool. Like, but he was so detailed with the drip.
Yes.
It was on a whole nother level, man.
And Les, you were saying that like was that around when you would see him coming out of clubs, or you were even too young? But like,
no, it was a spot. It was called M-Bar.
Yeah,
so it was the popping, bro. We seen everybody coming out of there before, bro. But yeah, you would see him coming out there, baped up.
Nobody in Houston, Texas was on this. Nobody knew
he was the
about
only
none
one.
of this.
And then, like, I never forget when we got cool, I asked him, I'm like, yo, bro, what happened to all, like, your vapes and stuff? And he told me his mom got rid of them in the garage sale. This is Nego era vapes.
I was
like,
really OG vapes.
Yes, OG vapes,
bro. I don't know where I was, but I kind of like was after that. I was staying in Miami for a while, not living there, but just staying out there a while. They got rid of all my J's. All my people hit me on Twitter. I can go look it up. I came up at the garage sale.
she probably sold them for not a lot.
Nothing. It was like probably $10, $20 or something, man. Stupid, man.
Oh, wow.
And they kept all the money in it. Oh, man.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, what?
I had to rebuild everything. But at the end of the day, like I'm a 14, so them baits, it ain't that good for me no more.
Okay. We're talking about 2004, and I feel like it's all happening. Still Tipping comes out. There's always this clip that resurfaces where Pharrell, he was like, Slim was a millionaire. Tyra Banks show.
Yeah.
Exactly, Tyra Banks. And then check on it, the video, you win an MTV award with Beyonce.
Crazy. I got a Hype Williams video and a video with Beyonce. I don't know how. It's a blessing, man. It's the biggest blessing because, like I say, I got to see both sides of the world. You know what I'm saying? Even on my short major label, run, I got to see Beyonce #1 songs, Gwen Stefani, Luxurious.
That was shortly after too, right?
Yeah, and at the same time, take the culture. We ain't blow up with no other people. It was me, Mike Jones, and Paul Wall, like some Houston, all that there, man. I think I kind of might be the GOAT if they just did everything all together and added it up.
Okay. No, it's for real. And then Bun B tells a story. Hove kicked him off the set?
Yeah.
Can you confirm this story?
I would confirm this. Listen, man, you know.
The nicest guy, Bun B, at
you know that don't make sense, right?
Exactly.
Who else was there?
I don't know.
You know me.
Okay.
You know
well, you were on
they
the
really
song.
was trying to get me out of the
Okay.
Ain't nobody worried about Bun and his wife.
Yes.
Slim Thug, the little hot Houston rapper, get him out of here, man. That's what it was about, man.
So a case of mistaken identity, maybe?
Yeah, it was definitely, we was all in there together, but they definitely wasn't worried about Bun B. They definitely was trying to get Slim Thug and his partners.
Okay. So
that's definitely what the issue was.
But you remember that day, like Bun
Clearly,
was on
clearly. We was doing too much. We ain't know though. You know, we was just like, we in the building.
Yeah.
It's like it's lit. We wasn't trying to do nothing like disrespectful or nothing. We just was watching Beyonce and the girls dance.
Yeah.
So they was like, we clearing the set. You know what I'm saying?
Bun, poor Bun.
But that's what it was about though. No, it was all of us.
Okay, so Les, you kind of have some tangential related history with Pharrell. I know that you brought out like original board flips like a couple years ago.
Oh yeah. I would always wear. That's the same pair I bought when they came out. I would wear them on my covers. You know, I had a few different players. So that era, man, that was just my favorite era, bro. Like when it comes to like fashion, that whole 05 ice cream skate team, board flip, Pharrell, working with Slim, working with the Clips, you know, just seeing all that whole era go down. That was just my prime as a young dude getting shoes, and when that first started out here, really, when it got heavy.
And for both you guys, like I consider that really the BAPE era, like the OG BAPE era. What was it like growing up on the Clips and Pharrell, and then Slim, you going to Tokyo to actually see BAPE? But like for us, I would say kind of from afar, seeing like that camo BAPE hoodie like is etched in my brain of like, it was always the aspirational hoodie.
The thing is, for me, I was there before the hoodie. It felt like, you know what I'm saying? Like I got to see, like we was at the MTV Awards, and I remember Nigo showing me the shirt. It was a white BBC, and they were saying they finna get ready to, you know,
logo,
do this.
yeah.
So I got to see all that so early, you know what I'm saying, before it even just, you know, went crazy over here. So, and then the thing is, like, I wasn't even knowing that I'm this cool, you know, like until I talked to other people. So I just was lucky enough to be around the right people, you know what I'm saying? And then on the Jordan side, I was already a rapper, so I was able to get the right plugs to be able to, you know, have my way with getting whatever one I wanted. So it was amazing, man.
Unless we're driving from Dallas this morning on the 45 and we see a big billboard of your shoe.
Oh yeah.
And I ain't never did that.
The Adidas shoe.
That's my stuff. I love
In
that,
terms of like bucket list item, what's it like getting a shoe with your brand?
Man, it's unreal, bro. I'm gonna be honest, because it's like you see people do that and you wonder how it happened. And even with us, it just happened. It wasn't like people be like, oh, who'd you talk to? But bro, we got an email.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? We got an email. We didn't know if the email was real. And it was real, you know? And it's just like, I never thought what I would do if we got a shoe or anything, but it's crazy when we sat down to design them. It was like.
And he talks about going to Nigo's BAPE kind of headquarters. What was it like going to Adidas headquarters? What was that visit like?
It was crazy.
Any stories from that you were like really blown away? You've seen a lot in your life, but like visiting that to design your own shoe must have been something.
It was just, you know, walking through. I mean, you've probably been there before.
I think I've been to Nike. I don't think I've been to Adidas.
Okay, yeah. It's just cool just walking through. They're showing you like the different parts of, you know, the materials section. It's unreal, you know. I'm like he said, I'm underground.
Yeah.
Like, I'm super underground. And, you know, we was able to create this thing down here that we could be popping here in a few states over. They don't even know what we got going on. You know, there's rappers that come from out of town, like, who? Hey, but got our own shoes, got our own motion, and to get out there and just to be able to work with the people. I'm seeing people, like there was a dude working in the material space showing me stuff, and I'm looking at his face, and then I'm like, bro, I know you from somewhere. And it was from like a documentary that I remember seeing with Pharrell, and they were working on like materials for shoes and stuff. And I'm like, oh snap, that's the same guy.
That's dope.
Like, you know, so.
And what I like is I think there's kind of like a ceremonious thing in hip hop where you consider yourself underground, you're underground, but you did a superstar, which is arguably the shoe that helped set off hip hop culture and sneakers with Run DMC holding the Adidas Superstar.
Yeah.
Was that an added layer to like the collab that you felt?
Yeah, nah, it was like the first shoe I bought with my own money because I didn't want, everybody was wearing Air Force Ones. I was like, well, let me be different. I bought some Jabot sweats.
Okay.
And I got me some white shell toes Superstars with the silver stripes on. So it was like, that's the first thing I bought with my own paper. I was like 12, 13. To be able to do our own rendition of that, man, it's just like unreal, bro. Like,
And then, Thug, one thing that always goes viral is you talking about the drip of like the $30 Costco. Was it Costco?
Nah, H&M.
Okay, H&M. Did you always find like outfit repeating, no outfit repeats in hip hop, or throwing like white tees? Did you always find that silly, or as you got older?
Nah, I don't think the white tees was a silly thing. I thought that was affordable. It was like the same thing as H&M. The white tee, $5-10. You know what I'm saying? But I think that a lot of people spend their last dollars on a $3,000 pair of shoes, $2,000 shirt. It really is a big money management mistake, you know what I'm saying? And it's bad in the hood too. Like a lot of people are spending their last dollars on these expensive designer clothes, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather them spend it on some shoes or a belt or something they can wear 1,000 times, you know what I'm saying, and get your money out of. But to go buy like $1,000 shirt that people notice so easy that you
wear it one time, it's
you only can wear it kind of one time, you know what I'm saying? Or people gonna be like, you doing too much. So like I was just, speaking on it from that side and letting them know, even me, who probably can't afford all this designer, I still go to the H&M's, the Zara's. I was just trying to give them some game.
Yeah. As two artists who are both heavy into entrepreneurship, what do you think are some of the best deals of all time in terms of sneaker deals in hip hop?
I mean, Travis got to have a crazy deal. It seems like that's pretty much the end all be all.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like he got the most influence on shoes or whatever.
Pharrell and Adidas. I mean, that's a lot of years.
Pharrell, him and Ye neck to neck with influence with that, the drip.
Fashion,
Unless I know you wear the Jellyfish a lot. We're kind of in the fourth quarter of 2025. Where do you put it in terms of like sneaker of the year? It's a highly debated topic. We were talking off camera, and like I think at Complex we had it top 5, but some people are like they retooled an Adidas silhouette and made it like a brand new shoe, and you should award that for innovation. But like, where do you put it in like the top 10 of 2025?
I respect when people say that they like the fact that even though it's a retooled Adistar, like it's still a new silhouette. I do respect like it being something new, making a list. Like I did understand the points where people are like, well, how many Air Max 95s we're gonna put on? And I get it, so and I do kind of understand. I think it was Vashti had said like maybe this should be like an award show, instead of top 10.
Yep.
But I do put the Jellyfish probably number 1 after my shoe. Well, number 2 after my shoe.
Okay, I love that confidence. And did you say that you got the Jellyfish like early?
Yeah. They gifted me those back in like January.
Wow.
So and I had to like fight off all my rapper homies. They're like,
who was asking for it? The currency?
Spitter never asked, but Freddie Gibbs. Oh my God.
Really?
Fred,
What?
I wish I was nothing I could do. We just like, yo, bro, what's up with them Jellyfish? I was like, bro. Then there was other homies too. What's up with them Jellyfish? I like, I have a shoe coming out.
Okay.
I can help you with those.
Yes.
I can't do nothing with the jellies.
We started this podcast talking about the 11s and the Get Money Boys and all the viral stuff, but like Slim, a couple weeks ago, you debuted the H-Town Jordan 11s.
Man,
which is like
H-Town 11s. How classic is that? It's crazy. Like, and it was like really, shout out Bun B. That was him hit me up about that and made that play. But yeah, that was a good moment, you know what I'm saying, for me on a cool, like, just like you say, like, the 11s is important, to me or whatever, So to be able to do that, it was a blessing. It was like it all came full circle, so.
And I love it because, like, there's, like, not officially, but they're kind of inspired by like trunks of classic cars and like, popping the trunk and like slinging mixtapes. Like, what was that kind of like full circle for the culture?
I give Jordan a good grade on how they represented at Complex Con. They had the right people out there, like as far as DJs and, the real culture. So it was like live, man. We had a good time. Yeah, man, I enjoyed that. I ain't gonna lie, it was real cool. Only thing cooler is my boy designing his own shoes.
Yes. When you have your own shoe, who's like the one person, if you could get it in their hands, that when like I design my shoe, I get these pairs to give out, did you have like one person that was like, this is the most important person who I want to have a pair?
I'm gonna be real. the homies.
Really?
You know,
Because
like
he know
him.
put that fit together. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying?
Wait, are we doing
But
a Zara H&M or are we doing something
But
different?
you know, now I'm gonna do Dio's. I'm gonna do his
Yeah.
brand. Then you're gonna pull a car out with
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
You're gonna do the whole.
He pulled up. Look, he has the friends and family. He pulled up on me in the electric Rolls Royce with the
Right,
whole
you
fit
know
just
what
to
I'm
show me.
saying?
He was like,
You
I
got
do-
to
I
keep
know
the
what I
trend
mean?
going
Yeah.
of a 21-year-old in the 11s with these.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
man,
We
like,
gotta
yeah.
do it.
Like
Yes.
him and Bun, like that's the first people. Like even when I like them two were the first to see the shoes. Like I FaceTime
Amazing.
him. Like I don't never FaceTime him. He knows that now. And
Yeah.
I hit him. I'm like, look, bro. And he was like, oh shit. You know what I mean? So
It's dope,
him and
though.
Bun, bro, they're like they're my mentors in the game, and they both heavy in the sneakers and in the same world. So it's just like anytime something cool happens, they the first people I hit up.
Not a bad like tag team to kind of
Nah,
have
not
R&D,
at all.
research and
For
development,
sure,
or
for
like
sure.
as your mentors to H-Town legends and sneaker legends.
Right. When I asked Bun about something, like, anybody do this yet? He was like, I don't think so, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you know, he said not underground, not independent. You know, I mean, of course, Travis, he a big dog,
Yeah.
but you know, on some underground independent stuff, I don't. He was like, you probably the first to have your own shoe, bro. Like in Texas.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's dope, man.
Didn't Bun get them and like immediately peel them off?
The stripes come off, so he immediately ripped off the friends and family one, so he could do his own little custom rendition.
I want to talk about a side quest of yours, and I got to ask, what are more passionate fans? Underground hip hop fans or underground wrestling fans?
I knew it was coming.
What? That's two groups of like.
They both, you know, that's two real passionate worlds, straight up. Wrestling's definitely a little bit more passionate. They're crazy.
Is it a real passion of yours too?
Oh no, yeah, I grew up like that's why I did it. Like every time somebody like I don't know if you saw the clips of me actually like wrestling,
Yeah.
but like when people like, why did you do that? I was like, bro, if Booker T asked me to wrestle, I'm wrestling, bro.
Yes.
Like you know what I mean? Like if
Yes.
Stone Cold asked me to do something, I'm gonna go do the wrestling. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, it was just for fun. I wasn't like trying to like people were trying to make, oh, he's pursuing a wrestling career. I was like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I was sore for like 2 months.
Damn. How hard is it?
Bro, it's not easy. I respect the fact that I did that one full match that I did, bro. I was sore for like a month and a half, and the fact that those dudes, like a real wrestler, would have to get up and do that again in like a couple days, like a Dominic Mysterio, all of them, like they just get up and go, you know what I
Yes.
mean? And that's the homie. So like it's like much respect to him, like Jellyfish, all those dudes doing their thing.
And I love those guys. Those guys are like cool too.
Yeah, that
Young
yeah.
generation.
Yeah, the new wrestlers coming up, like we said, Dom,
Yep.
Zilla, Bronson Reed, like Roman with the Jordan deal. You know, he's a
Yep.
little older, but still, you know, they're merging it. You know, they're bringing it in.
For sure. It's been really good for my show, Sneaker Shopping, because I love wrestling.
Right.
And now they're all
Getting
into
to see
sneakers.
everybody on it. Right,
Yes.
right.
Hypothetically, is there one person in pro wrestling you would love to work with?
You mean like wrestling or
Yes.
just like, oh man? I mean, Dom's my boy.
Yeah.
We can get down. Yeah, me and Dom, I'd be, you know, somewhere with him jumping people. You know?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So at the time of recording this podcast, Steph Curry and Under Armour just split.
I'm
He
gonna
wore
see
the
this.
Kobe's last night.
Yeah.
Where would you guys like to see him go, or would you like him to be a free agent and just Kobe's and switch stuff?
I would say at this point in his career, I think it's cool to watch him just switch it up. Just
Yeah.
have fun with it. You know what I mean? Pause. But wear the Kobe's one night or, you know, put on some Jordans the next night. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he's gonna lock it in. I think that was a sign.
Yeah, but you know it's all about that dollar. So yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, and now there's like brands overseas. So like that was such a surprise. But yeah, I know that like you guys are interested in basketball too. And like
I think Nike gonna snatch him.
yeah.
Yeah, especially doing that first.
That's what I think
Like,
he probably
yeah,
will.
just throwing the Kobe's on first, it just looks like, you know.
Definitely sent a message. Before we get out of here, it's the last episode of this podcast of 2025. Is there anything that we didn't touch on that you got come to mind?
I'm horrible at remembering anything before today.
I think you told really good stories.
Yeah, when you sparked my mind, I could.
Like I said, he's the one that discovered me and put me in the game. So it didn't like just being outside. He was a dude that we saw. One thing about Slim, and like you would hear Pimp C say it all the time, bro. You saw Slim Thug like everywhere. Like whether you was in Galveston or you was at the mall or the Galleria or you was at a block party or you was at the M Bar or whatever, you would just see Slim coming through. You know, whether it be on MLK with the cars. I've seen this fool everywhere. you know?
And now look,
shoes and cars. That's
man.
life in Houston, man. Shoes and cars. Like I say, it's been like that since we was kids.
Yeah.
Like since I can remember. You know, it always been about the, you know, like the J's and you know, riding clean. So it come together. You know, that's just like our main culture.
Totally. And still doing it. And for less, like full circle moment to sit next to him and have the shoes and pull up in the Rolls Royce with the shoes. So
exactly. Like to see my boy, you know, but it's bigger than that. Like he worked with Georgie before they even had their own brand. He made this H on my shirt, like for my brand. So we been like, you know, tapped in, like, you know. Man. So to see them go from, you know, starting their own brand to making a shoe with Adidas is all, you know, it's all like a blessing, man. It's crazy.
Well, can't thank you guys enough. Obviously, you put on for the city. Such great stories. But thank you so much for your time. And this has been the JD Sports Podcast, the H-Town edition with Slim Thug and Les. Thanks again, guys.
Come on.
Yes, sir.